Okay, so this video is 100% about expectations and how they can ruin your life in every way, shape, and form. So if that's something you've been concerned about or worried about, this is for you. All right, so let's get to that, shall we? Okay, so expectations, right? I went back and took a look at my life and realized that everything that made me sad came from expectations. I expected something from someone else, and that person did not come through. I got the baby down there. He's kind of playing after the writing. Did not come through, right? So I really took a look at my life, at situations where I was unhappy, and I realized 100% of the scenarios where I was sad about something came from expectation that I had on someone else or upon myself, right? So case in point, when I was a kid, my father left, right? I expected him to always come back. So I was really disappointed he didn't come back, right? When I was a kid, my mother got upset at me because he left. I expected her not to do that. As an adult, I expected a friend of mine to come through like I'd come through for them before, and they didn't come through. So I was upset and sad about it. And I really took that time to realize that this was like last year, no, 3 years ago, something like that. I really took time and sat back and was like, what is it that's causing me so much sadness and despair? And I realized time and time again, it came from expectations, right? Time and time again, it came from expectations I had for other people. Now, of course, there's times when I expected something for myself, like I expected myself to do better, right? How many times have you said it to yourself? I expected to do better. I expected myself. I expected more of myself. I expected. It's reoccurring. You expected, right? And I was talking to a buddy of mine on Instagram. With a quick side note, did you realize that like we have just a bunch of virtual pen pals now, like we did when we were kids? I mean, if you were old enough to have a pen pal, then you understand what that means. But I was talking to my buddy Kamari on Instagram, and I sent him a Gary Vaynerchuk tweet thing, and it was like, if you want to be happy, stop expecting things from people. And I really just, I saw it, and I've been saying it for years since I realized it. This kid having fun over here. Since I realized that was a thing. And I've been telling people, hey, expectations, I don't expect anything from anybody. And it's just, and that's the thing you really, if you just go back and look, right, what are things that made you unhappy? What was the root cause of these things that made you unhappy? Expectation of yourself or of others? Like I in college, I guess I started hitting on this theory because I didn't even try and shoot for an A, right? I expected to get a C. I was like, I expect a C. I'm gonna get a C. And if I did better than the C, then I was excited. If I got a C, I was like, this is what I expected. If I did less, then I was upset with myself, right? And time and time again, I usually 9 times out of 10 later on in my college career did higher than C's, right? Higher than B's sometimes. But I didn't expect it. But it was a good lack of or good breakage of the expectation. But if I expect, I remember one time I went to a class, and it was a creative writing class for like comic books or whatever. No, it was like creative writing, whatever it was. But I got a C in it. I expected to get an A. 1 second. All right, buddy. You want to be in it? Now you're in it. So I expected to get higher than, a C. I expected an A. But I was upset because my expectation was here and what I got was here. So I just wanted to say this. I wanted to make this video just because I don't know if you've ever heard this before, but your expectations set the precedent for your entire life. If you expect something from someone and they don't follow through, that's when things go sour. And it's not even just someone, it's something like your job. If your job pays you every 2 weeks and you expect every 2 weeks to get that check. So hey, sorry about that. The memory card filled up and yeah, so I had to switch it out. But anyway, so what I was saying was, if you have a job and you expect them to pay you every 2 weeks, right? What's up, buddy? You're making arrangements for that money every 2 weeks. You got your rent, your car, you got groceries, whatever, car bills, kid bills, whatever it may be. You expect your money to hit your account when the day it hits. And the day it does not hit is when you have a problem, right? Think about like the government shutdown that happened recently. those government workers expect to go to work the next day and make their money. Now, of course, if what was that? Oh, okay. If they don't have their job, right, they start running into issues. Then they expect, oh, it'll be done in like a week, 2 weeks, and then a month later they're still not working. 2 months later they're still not working. How does that play on your lifestyle? It ruins it. Ruins your life essentially, because you are expecting these things to be done, and it's not happening. And I want to just take a second to really just ask you the question: have you ever been let down and it wasn't because you expected something else? Right? So one more time. Have you ever been let down because you were, no, crap. Have you ever been let down and it had, okay. Have you ever been let down and it had nothing to do with an expectation? There we go. Have you ever been let down and it had nothing to do with an expectation? Right? I challenge you in the comments below to leave a comment about one time you were let down and it had nothing to do with an expectation you had. Okay? All right? That work for you? That worked for me. It's really hot. I don't know why it's so hot. Maybe the lights are on too bright. I don't know. But yes, that's my challenge to you. Comments below. Have you ever, God dang it, have you ever been disappointed and it had nothing to do with an expectation? All right. Okay, we're out of here. We're getting a little toasty. Put you down, buddy. You're so warm. And I felt that fart too, buddy. I felt it. Bye.